Want to get rid of a hangover, the worst hangover of your life, in 10 minutes. This is how you do it.
This goober scared of folic acid is going to teach me about hangovers.
Take 10 ounces of water, an elemental magnesium tablet that will effervesce into hydrogen gas, add a mineral salt. You can use Celtic salt, you can use Baja Gold sea salt, and then go outside preferably. Try doing 5 obnoxiously deep breaths, exhale, and hold your breath as long as you can.
Actually, Gary, if you just keep holding your breath a little longer, I promise your hangover will go away. There's plenty of people who know more about physiology than I do, and there's definitely people who've partied more than I have. But in terms of maximizing both, there's no room for humility here. That number is very small. The main things that make you feel like shit after drinking: dehydration, acetaldehyde, GABA rebound, shitty sleep, and blood sugar dropping overnight. But you'll probably only notice that one in extreme scenarios like me going into full hypoglycemic shock in the middle of Straight Wharf, Nantucket, Club 11 Miami, or the floor of my bathroom. But that was another life. Dehydration first. It isn't the biggest one, but mixing in water between drinks helps, just not in the way that you think. It doesn't stop the dehydration impact because that's indirect from sodium loss every time you pee when you're drinking. Just imagine pouring the waters you're having into your drinks. That's what's going on in your stomach. Water just dilutes your alcohol in a way that makes you drink more gradually. Still a great idea. But the sodium loss. Electrolytes, yes, just not the appeal to nature Celtic salt shit he said. Most people's mistake here isn't having the wrong type of salt. It's going way too light. An IV bag that some people use for hangovers has a liter of fluid and 9 grams of sodium chloride, or about 3 to 3.5 grams of sodium, roughly the amount in 3 full jugs of Pedialyte Sport. So a couple sips of these ain't doing the trick. I put down 1, 2, or maybe even 3 depending on the severity. ZBiotics engineered a probiotic that eats the acetaldehyde, which is very cool. But I'd warn, the farts can be nuclear. Some people say they don't notice it, but that makes me question what their regular farts are like. I don't know, if the bacteria eats the acetaldehyde, a toxin, I can't imagine the byproduct is going to smell like roses. GABA Rebound. This isn't an ad, I don't have a deal with them, I don't have a deal with any of these companies. Here's a DM exchange with Cheers from years ago that explains why. I'm just a passionate partier. But taking this before bed helps your body process the alcohol faster, getting you to your sober sleep sooner, which helps with the shitty sleep part. And also the GABA Rebound, which is probably the worst part of a hangover. If you do all this stuff, you still will not feel amazing. Just better than if you didn't. So the final piece is a quote from a client and friend of mine. A hangover lasts as long as you nurse it. Yes, there are chemical issues with a hangover that we can't ignore, but the more stock we put into them, the more we avoid making eye contact with everyone the morning after, the worse and longer it can feel. So simply doing something you don't want to do sooner. Work out, get some chores done, have an uncomfortable conversation like, yes, Shake Shack for Ideen, that's me. You don't have to do it right away, but the sooner you get through that threshold, the better.